How's it going, my peeps? Deagle here with WrestlingGamer.com. It is time for the TNA Hardcore Justice pay-per-view prediction game video. In the background is Aries versus Bobby Roode, a match you're going to see this Sunday at the event. Actually, it's going to be the main event. In this video, I'm going to give you guys my predictions for every single matchup on the card, and in the comment section you guys can give me your predictions as well to have a chance at winning the prediction game video. Currently, the prediction game winner is Mr. Cool 54321, I believe. So you could try and beat him and become the new prediction game winner. So let's start this thing. Let's go over the matches. Well, actually, before I go into that, I've got to say, just looking at the card looks freaking promising. The card has immense amount of potential. This could be the pay-per-view of the year, at least the pay-per-view of the year for TNA. Seriously, just look at the card, the matches you have, especially the Bound for Glory series matches, the four-way matches they have. These matches could, potentially seal the show. Especially the ladder match. So I'll go into more detail on that in the actual ladder match prediction game video. So let's get started with the predictions and let's not waste any more time. So let's start off with the X Division title match between the champion, of course, Zema Ion, defending his championship against Kenny King. We've seen Kenny King versus Zema Ion a couple weeks back. We've seen it on Impact. Kenny King was about to win, but then Bobby Roode got involved and cost him the match. But then they had a tag team match the week after, Aries teaming up with Kenny versus Zema Ion and Bobby Roode, and Kenny King actually got a pinfall victory over Zema Ion. So Kenny King has gotten a pinfall victory over Zema Ion. Now, as far as, who I think is going to win this match, Zema or Kenny King, I think I'm going to go with Zema Ion, but after Destination X, really anything can happen. I thought for the longest time that Bobby Roode was going to hold on to the championship, remain champion, and remain the longest reigning champion until Bound for Glory and then drop it to James Storm. But then you had Aries win the championship off him in an unexpected victory, at least for me, at Destination X. So really anything can happen and the title can change hands. As far as Zema Ion goes, I'm thinking Zema Ion's going to hold on to the championship until Jesse Sorensen comes back, and then, Jesse Sorensen can take the championship off him. But like I said, look at the Bobby Roode situation. Aries took the championship off him before James Storm, so really there's no sure thing, but I guess I'll go with Zema Ion retaining the championship here. I don't think they're going to pull a Bobby Roode or a Aries, title victory on us again, or in this case, it would be a Kenny King title victory. Whatever. I'm going to go with Zema Ion as my pick. I think he's going to retain the championship here. And then you've got a rematch for Impact. Not too sure why they're, making a rematch out of this or putting this match on the pay-per-view. But it's Kid Cash teaming up with Gunner. By the way, they make a... They match well together. They both got, these sleeve tattoos that kind of look alike. So yeah, I guess it's a matching tag team, It's no Eminem or no Hardy Boys, but yeah, they kind of match as a tag team. Anyways, Kid Cash and Gunner versus Chavo Guerrero and Hernandez. This is the easiest match to predict for me out of all the matches on this pay-per-view. And I'm gonna go with Chavo Guerrero and Hernandez winning. I mean, I just can't see Chavo Guerrero losing his first pay-per-view matchup, especially how they're showing all these promos for Chavo, hyping up Chavo and all that stuff. So my pick, Chavo and Hernandez to win this match and potentially go on to face the World Tag Team Champions of the world, Christopher Daniels and Kazarian, at a later date, maybe No Surrender or possibly Bound for Glory if Daniels does not win the Bound for Glory series. And afterwards, you got the Knockouts title match between Madison Rayne and Miss Tessmacher. This match, I'm also torn on this match. I don't know, I'm not too sure. I'm not, set, on somebody like I'm 100% sure that they're going to win. Well, actually, you can never be 100% sure, really, that somebody's going to win. There's always that chance that, something else is going to happen. Something unexpected, is going to happen. See, Madison Rayne lately, she's been having Earl Hebner kind of, helping her out in her matches, countering pinfall victories for her, because she's giving him gifts and pretending that she has a crush on him. So, I'm not too sure, she's been winning a bunch of matches lately with Earl Hebner as a referee, but who's to say that Earl Hebner is going to be the referee at Hardcore Justice? This is a hard one. It's hard to predict. At the same time, Brooke, she's only been champion for a short while, so would they really change it, take the title off her this soon? And also, the fact that Brooke, just won the championship off Gail, and now right away they're putting Brooke's championship on the line against Madison Rayne, makes me think that maybe they have Brooke winning the championship off Gail just so, Madison Rayne could take the championship off Brooke, so they don't have a heel and Madison Rayne take the championship off Gail Kim. So what I'm trying to say is maybe Brooke is a transitional champion. So yeah, this is why it's a hard match to predict, and when it seems like somebody's got the advantage, when, this one person has this special guest referee that's his friend, and it seems like his friend, it's obvious his friend is going to help him out. Most of the time what happens is his friend doesn't help him out, or something else happens, or his friend, that's the special guest referee in this case, gets taken out and another referee replaces him. You know what I mean, but when you think about it, that mostly happens in the WWE, not TNA really. So I guess I'll go with Madison Rayne winning this one, but really I wouldn't be surprised if Brooke ends up retaining the championship. So really it could go either way, but I need to pick somebody, so I'm going to go with Madison Rayne winning the Knockouts championship. And then you've got the first of the 3 Bound for Glory series matches, which is a Falls Count Anywhere match between Mr. Anderson, Rob Van Dam, The Pope, and Magnus. Should be a decent matchup now. As far as just going into detail on who I think is going to win and why I think this guy's going to win, I'm not going to go into too much detail on this video, just because I want to go into that detail in the actual, prediction game video, the actual, simulated matchup I put up of that actual match. So I'll save that for later. But my pick for this match will really, my 2 top picks here are Mr. Anderson and Rob Van Dam. I think it's going to be one of those 2. But, it's a hard pick. It could be either of these guys. Actually, it could be, somebody else. It could be The Pope or Magnus. But I'm thinking it's going to be either Mr. Anderson or Rob Van Dam picking up the victory here. But really, it could go so many ways. It's a fatal 4-way match. It's really, a match you can't really predict, like, to 100%. You can't be sure about this. Especially when you got 2 top guys like Mr. Anderson and Rob Van Dam in that same match. And they've both got around the same points. I believe Rob Van Dam has 35 points, while Mr. Anderson has 40 points. I'm pretty sure I'm correct on this. So, yeah, they're pretty close in points. The Pope, has about, I think he has 7 points maybe. And Magnus has 20-ish. 20-something. I don't remember. I don't recall how many points Magnus has. So, if we look at it as who really needs the points, well, obviously Magnus and the Pope, especially the Pope, need these 20 points more than anybody else. But it's not, about who needs the points the most. It's who they want to, give these 20 points to. So, anyways, since I have to pick somebody, I guess I'll go with Rob Van Dam winning this one. But like I said, it could go so many ways. Mr. Anderson could win, Pope, Magnus, anybody could win. So, yeah, my pick, Rob Van Dam for this one. Then, you've got a tables match between Jeff Hardy, James Storm, Bully Ray, and Robbie. I'm looking forward to this one. And as far as the winner goes, I'll say this right off the bat, I don't think James Storm is going to win this one. I mean, he's so far up the, Bound for Glory series leaderboards. He's the top guy, actually, with 66 points, I believe. So, these 20 points would put him way above everybody else. Unless maybe, Samoa Joe wins his match too, then they would both be on top there. But, yeah, I don't think James Storm's gonna win this one. I don't think Robbie is gonna win this, which leaves us with Jeff Hardy and Bully Ray. Bully Ray's recently started, picking up points, and Jeff Hardy's been he's at the top there. I think he's the top. I think he's the 5th guy on the list on the leaderboards, right under Mr. Anderson. I think him and RVD actually both have the same amount of points. As far as Bully Ray goes, I'm pretty sure he's in the 20s. He's got 20-ish points, or maybe 30, but I think it's in the 20s. So I'm gonna go with Jeff Hardy winning this one, just because I went with Rob Van Dam on the other one, and I also think Jeff Hardy's gonna win this one, so they're both gonna remain equal, or remain, after Bound for Glory. Not after Bound for Glory, I mean after Hardcore Justice. I think they're both gonna have the same points, because they currently have the same points. Both have 35. So if they both win their matches, they would both have 55. I don't know. That's I guess my reason. But really, like I said, like the other match, maybe Jeff Hardy's not gonna win. Maybe Bully Ray's gonna win. I don't know. We'll see. And then you've got the ladder match. AJ Styles versus Kurt Angle versus Christopher Daniels versus Samoa Joe. Another Bound for Glory series match, also for 20 points. This match, I'm really looking forward to. This is the match I'm looking forward to the most on this pay-per-view. This has so much potential, so much. We've seen, AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe versus Daniels, in the 3-way match in the past, and that was great. And then you add Kurt Angle to that match. This really should be an awesome match. Anyways, as far as who I think is going to win this match, this is even harder to predict for me than the other Bound for Glory series matches on this pay-per-view. But I'll go with AJ Styles winning this one. Go into more detail, like I said, in the actual simulation, gameplay video I put up of that. And now the World Heavyweight Championship match. Austin Aries defends against Bobby Roode, and if Austin Aries wins, Bobby Roode does not get a rematch as long as Austin Aries is the champion, and if Bobby Roode wins the championship, Austin Aries waives his rematch clause, so he does not get a rematch clause as well if he loses. This is also a hard match to predict. This maybe is the hardest one to predict out of all the matches on this card. Actually, this pay-per-view as a whole is really hard to predict. Practically all the matches really could go so many ways, except for that tag team match, between Chavo and Kid Cash and all. But, yeah, I'll go with Bobby Roode winning this one. I still think they're going to have Bobby Roode versus James Storm at Bound for Glory. And for that reason, and for the championship, by the way, for that reason, that's why I'm going with Bobby Roode winning this. If Austin Aries, wins this match, then I don't see James Storm winning the Bound for Glory series. And I do see James Storm winning the Bound for Glory series. I think he's going to be the one winning this. And if he wins this, it makes sense to have Bobby Roode as the champion, at that time. So it could be Bobby Roode versus James Storm, and James Storm finally gets his revenge. Anyways, that's it. Like I said, my pick for this one is Bobby Roode. And that's it for my predictions. Now it's time for you guys to give me your predictions in the comment section below. And since there's, 7 matches, and out of those 7 matches, there's 3 fatal 4-ways, and, practically every match is a hard to predict match, you guys can have up to 2 mistakes, in your predictions, and you can still win the prediction game. So if you get 5 predictions out of 7 right, then you still win the prediction game. So that's about it. If you enjoyed this video, as always, you can click that like button. I really appreciate it. Check out WrestlingGamer.com. And with that said, I'm out. See ya.